Hi Year 9. Here is exercise 2E, question 5 onwards. Now I actually did question 5 with you the other day, so if you haven't done question 5 yet, you might like to turn this off for a second and have a go and see if you can have a go on your own, and then here the answers are. Question 6 I asked you to do if you wanted to do a little bit extra, so here's how you do question 6. I'll start there. Question 6 says, Paul earns $790 each week. How much does he earn each year? So hopefully you remember there are 52 weeks in a year, and you've got your calculator out. Also, you've got your exercise book out because you can't really write on here either. So getting your exercise book out and putting exercise 2E as your heading, I would then on my calculator do 790 times 52. Remember, you can always pause if I'm going too fast. And I get an answer of $41,080. So I'm going to write that down in red for you. $41,080. Don't forget the dollar sign. Okay, there's the first one. Question number 6B says, Paul earns $790 a week. How much does he earn a month? Now remember, we can only work out monthly from yearly. Okay, don't times 790 by 4 because there's not exactly 4 weeks in a year, is there? No, Miss King, there's not. So what you need to do is you need to take your answer from here and do it here. So do 41080, hopefully that's still in your calculator, and just press divided by 12. What do you get? Write it down in your book. I got $3,423. I'm going to put some cents on there to 2 decimal places because we only do cents to 2 decimal places, don't we? And 33 cents. Okay, and last one, C. Paul earns $790 a week. How much does he earn per hour if he works 40 hours? All right, so up here we already figured out that he earns $790 a week. So all I have to do is take his weekly wage of $790 and divide by 40. So do that on your calculator now with me. What did you get? I got $19.75. Now you can sit there and let me do everything, but if we come back to school and you've got to do a test, you need to make sure you know what buttons to press. All right, here we go. Question 7. Copy and complete. So this is basically the same questions in 6, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. So if you would like to have a go on your own, because you think you know what you're doing, please do. I'll do the first one for you, just so you know. If you know the hourly rate and you know how often they've worked, all you're doing is multiplying each of these together. Okay? So grab your calculator out, because I know you can do that. So I've written out the working out for you there. $10.40 times 8 is the first one. So grab your calculator and do $10.40, 10.40 times 8. Okay, what did you get? I got 83.2. Don't forget, we always do dollars and cents to 2 decimal places, so that means we put a 0 on the end. Okay, if you think you know what you're doing, can you go ahead, please, and pause the video and try and do the next lot on your own? If you want to do it with me or want to check your answers now, here's how I went. So I went 1550 times 8.5 on my calculator, and I got 131.75. Hopefully you did the same. Next one, I did $9.70 on my calculator times 15, and that gave me 145.5. Don't forget the 0 on the end for 50. Next one, 2430 times 38 gives me $923.40. Sorry, that one was running out of room. Next one, I have to do 17.85 times 42. That gives me 749.7. So that's $749.70. Next one gives me 30 times 27. That gives me $810. and then $15.20 times 7.25 gives me $110.20. Okay, so there's those questions. All right, let's have a go at overtime. Hopefully you've watched the video and you basically know what overtime is. I'll just go over it for you just to let you know. So what overtime is, I won't put all that there to confuse you, is it's basically what happens when you are a tradesperson, or if you work in retail, things like that. Or if you're ever working for McDonald's, when you become a casual and you start working, if you work on days when other people don't want to work, which is like the weekends or at night time, anything other than good old 9 to 5, every day 9 to 5 like you do go to school kind of thing, you are basically rewarded for working those weird hours on the weekends or at night time by given a different wage rate, okay? So we call, when normal 9 to 5, we call that normal, all right? So that's what normal pay is all about. Sometimes if you work on a Saturday, you might get time and a half. So to say thank you for taking the time out and working on your Saturday, they might give you a time and a half. Often you'll get double time if you work on Sundays or public holidays, okay? So this is a way of just paying some people, especially in the retail industry, more money, all right? Or just it's an incentive to get them to work on those really weird odd hours. So I've drawn up a table for you. I'm not too sure, I can't remember how they did it in good old Maths Online, but I'm going to do it this way for you, because you really have to separate your 3 sections and then you have to add them all together. Now, can you see that yellow blotted out? I'm going to read the question to you in a minute, and you're going to notice there's no double time in the first 2 questions. There's no time and a half in the second 2 questions. So that blotted out bit means don't do that there, okay? All right, here we go. Question 8, I'll read it to you first. It says, a job has a normal working hours pay rate of $9.20 per hour. Calculate the pay, including overtime, from the following hours worked. So I'm going to do A with you. 3 hours at the normal rate and 4 hours at time and a half. All right, here we go. So it's $9.20. So hopefully you've noticed I've written $9.20 here and here. That's our wage rate, okay? That's our dollars. That's what I earn per hour. Now, if I go back to the question, the first one here says we work 3 hours at the normal rate. So in the table, I've written 3 hours at the normal rate. So the first thing I want you to do on your calculator, can you go 9.20 times 3, please? Tell me what you get. Did you get $27.60? 27.6? Don't forget to put the 0 on the end. Okay, so that's how you do normal. The dollar amount times the hours. Okay, that's the first one. All right, let's read the next part of the question. So here's the next part of the question. Now they work 4 hours at time and a half. Now this stays the same, so that doesn't change, all right? So I'm going to have $9.20 where the dollar bit is, 4 where the hours is, and 1.5 for the time and a half section. Here we go. All right, I'll make it bigger. So you'll notice where the dollars is, I've got $9.20. For the number of hours, I've got the 4 hours, and the overtime is time and a half. So when we do overtime, we use one of these, 1.5 or 1.5. If you've learned it a little bit differently, then I'm fine. As long as you get the same answer as me, I don't care. So do that on your calculator. Let's go. 9.20 times 4 times 1.5 gives me, what did you get? I got $55.20. Okay. Now notice if I go back to the question, there's nothing there that talks about double time, is there? So I don't have to do this section. All right. That's why it's all yellowed out. So what you have to do now is you have to add those 2 sections together. So on your calculator, can you do 2760 plus 5520? What did you get? Write your answer like this in your book. I got $82.8. Don't forget, put a 0 on the end. All right, what I'd like you to do right now is, can you have a go at 8B? All right, I'll read it to you and I'll get you to do it in your book. Now, I've put my answer there for you already to see if you can get that. So here we go. 8B says 4 hours at the normal rate and 6 hours at time and a half. All right, use $9.20 still as the dollar amount. All right, can you see if you can do 8B for me now in your book? Pause the video now, please. All right, if you're back with me, it's 4 hours at the normal rate. Wage rate stays the same. It's $9.20. So I'm going to do that first. 9.2 times 4 is, what did you get? I got $36.8, which means 80 cents. Go back to B. So that's that one done. All right, next one, 6 hours at time and a half. All right, 6 hours at time and a half. Here's my hours. Okay, so I'm going to put a 6 there. I know it's time and a half. So I'm going to put 1.5 there. The wage rate is still the same. So that's $9.20 there. Okay? Do that on our calculator. Sorry, my 2 went a bit funny, didn't it? Have a go on your calculator while I fix up my 2. So $9.20 times 6 times 1.5 gives me, look at that, same as the other answer, $82.80. Now what do we do to those two numbers? We add them together. Can you add them together and check to see if you got the same as me? $119.60. Yay! Well done. All right, let's have a go at C together. It says 14 hours at the normal rate, 3 hours at double time. So you'll notice there I've written 14 hours and $9.20. And over here, 3 hours at the normal rate, double time. All right, let's do this calculation since we're here so it doesn't freak out on me. So on my calculator, I'm going to do 9.20 times 3 times 2. What did you get? I got 55.2. 55.20, please. Okay, going back to this one here, 9.20 times 14 gives me 128.8. So that's $128.80. What do you think you have to do to those two amounts? You've got to add them. Now there's no time and a half in the question. That's why I've left that blank. So on your calculator, can you do 128.80 plus 55.2? If I'm going too fast for you, please pause the video until you're ready. And I get, hopefully you got the same, $184 neat, no cents. Right, next one. And then I'm going to pause the video and give you a break. Can you have a go at question D in the same manner? So I'll read it to you first. 20 hours at the normal rate, 5 hours at double time. Can you have a go at D for me? Pause the video now and have a go at D. All right, hopefully you're back now. 20 hours at the normal rate means I have to go. Normal rate is $9.20 times 20 hours. Can't remember the other one, so let's calculate this on our calculator. 9.20 times 20. Do that on your calculator. Hopefully you got 184. I'm going to need to read the question again because I can't remember the last bit. 5 hours at double time. Right. So our wage rate is still $9.20 and it's 5 hours and it's double time, so I times by 2. So I go 9.20 times 5 times 2 gives me $92. And what do I do to those two amounts once I figure them out? I must add them together. So 92 plus 184, do that on your calculator. Please pause if I'm going too fast. And I got 276. All right, next one, E. All right, E has a little bit of everything. We've got 10 hours at the normal rate. So you notice up here, I've done 10 times $9.20. And then in the middle it says 8 hours at time and a half. So now I need to use the middle section again. 8 times time and a half, and I still use the $9.20. And then the last bit is 3 hours at double time, so I must use the third column. 3 hours is a 3, double time is the times 2, and the wage rate stays the $9.20, the same as before. So let's have a go. On my calculator, can you please press on yours? 9.20 times 10. Hopefully you got, like me, $92. Right, I'm going to put a big plus here now because I know to add that on. Can you now on your calculator do $9.20 times 8 times 1.5? Good, hopefully. Did you get $110.40? Let's do this one next. On your calculator, can you do 9.20 times 3 times 2? If I'm going too fast, please pause the video until you catch up with your writing. And I get $55.20. Now, same as before, add those three numbers together. What are they? Here they are. They are 92 plus 110.40 plus 55.20. Did you get the same as me? I got $257.60. Don't forget your dollar signs. Don't forget your zero on the end. Okay, have a go at F for me. 34 hours at the normal rate, 4 hours at time and a half, and 2 hours at double time. Can you try and do F on your own in your book now, please? Pause the video for me. Have a go. Okay, here we go. 34 hours at the normal rate. So I'm going to do $9.20 times 34. I'm going to do that on my calculator. 9.20 times 34. That gives me $312.80. All right, next one. 4 hours at time and a half. So the $9.20 stays the same. 4 hours and time and a half means I'm multiplying by 1.5. Do that on your calculator. 9.20 times 4 times 1.5. Oops, I typed 4.5. That's silly. And I got 55.20. There we go. All right, next one. I did the answer for that one already. Sorry, I'll make it smaller. Let's see if we got it right. 2 hours at double time. So it's $9.20, same wage rate. It's 2 hours at double time. Let's do that on our calculator. See if you got the same as I did. $9.20 times 2 times 2. Beautiful. 36.8, which is written as $36.80. So now add all those together. $312.80. On your calculator, please. Plus $55.20 plus $36.80 gives me $404.80. All right, so I'm going to stop it there and give you a little break. If you would like to do some of the harder questions down here on commission and some harder word problems, come back for the second video. If these are too hard for you,